what is important in the end of the film is that we learn from the doctor that immigrants are under constant stress. And this is what I tried to highlight earlier. Abstract characters, they're not flesh and blood, three-dimensional people with feelings and, you know, motivations. They're abstract characters who are in the film because their function is to say something about conditions in general, social conditions in general. Ali about immigrants in general, and Emmy probably about the reactions of German people in general. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's very important what you say, but I would probably categorize your comment in the larger box of abstractness of character.
Okay, and about the composition, I like if I will give a word to others to have to choose to, but for me the park is like the yellow chairs and the green trees and in the restaurant. So
okay, hold on. We're gonna take a look together. The good thing with Fassbinder and teams is that we have tableaus and we can look at static images. We don't need which is a horrible thing to say. Don't quote me on this. So here we go. This is a frame I queued up earlier, but I think this is the part that Asir talks about.
Yeah.
So what is theatrical about this, Asir?
The settings here. This is
a good frame.
Yeah.
I think this is a good frame.
Yeah. So the composition of colors, the yellow, the contrast between the yellow and the green, and two people there sitting in kind of grayish dressing. So it's really nice. Also the wall is there, like the camera is not taking all. There is a foreground and there is a middle ground and there is a background and a depth. So it's really nice.
And also, can you see the ways in which the lamppost recedes towards the background?
Yeah, the line.
Almost like a diagonal line. What does this line point to?
The depth of the
two characters in the center, right?
Yeah.
So this is probably a good example of what commentators have been saying about Fassbinder: theatrical style compositions. I also really think that this composition makes you feel as if they were sitting on a stage. Okay, there's a couple more hands in the air.
But this one thing I really like about this, the yellow leaves in the ground, so it's very nice.
Okay, let me turn to Faten.
Yes, for me the theatrical scene would be the sex scene with the girl.
Can you give me a time code? Do you have it in open on your computer?
I can check.
Or because I would like to find it so we can all look at it together.
It's close to the end. You can go forward.
Or just tell us what happens in the scene or the image.
This is when he goes to this to the bartender house, and then like he just gets naked and then they have sex.
1 hour 14 minutes the time.
Thank you. 1 hour. My VRC counter here we go.
Yes, this one.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Because for me it's like a performance. We have a frame and then we see him standing and there's the play with the shadow, but we never get a close up. So for me this was kind of theatrical because
absolutely. Again, you have this impression as if they were standing on a stage, right? I think this is I mean, this is, and it's one shot. You can really see how it's important for Fassbinder not to cut, but let this theatrical piece of action unfold in one continuous take. Great example. Thanks for that. There's two more hands here. Kumar, you want to go ahead?
Yes, there is a scene where the couples are in a restaurant and they are sitting, and also there is a doorway, which gives a feeling that
this one.
And it feels that the couples are so small and this whole restaurant is so big. And because you know the scene that here they talk about the expensive meal and they don't know what to put inside the meal and everything. So this is also
a fantastic conversation as what shall we eat? And they don't have the vocabulary to
yes.
Know how to pronounce, I don't know, the French name for the steak, and it's brilliant. I'm in a pretty sad way, but
yes, and look at their size and compared to the whole setup, which is like quite huge, and it gives us a feeling that they are so like small in this whole world in general, about their own relation or about their own what do we say, whatever they are going through. So they are kind of quite small.
Here you have quite literally theatricality. I mean, check out the two curtains on the side, right?
Yeah.
This is almost word for word theatrical composition. The Asil's example also does the same thing, I think. There you don't have curtains on the side, but this wood, the stone edge of I don't know what this is, sort of the portal, the entrance to the restaurant maybe. And on the other side of the composition, you have the trunk of a tree, but it actually fulfills the same function to sort of narrow down the field of the frame and to make you focus on the artificiality of the composition. I mean, nobody would believe, that this is almost like a Flemish painting, the couple sitting in the middle, they have this nice bouquet of flowers in front of them on the table, nicely arranged curtains on the two sides, and then, I mean, everything is fake. Fake in the sense that too much arrangedness, too much structure, too much theatricality. I think that's going to be our key word here. Jakub?
Yes, so I believe that the first scene in the bar is also theatrical. Excuse me, my roommate.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm back. Yes, so I believe that the first scene at the bar is also theatrical because of the whole staging, and we could easily imagine the whole setting as a scene of a theater. I believe it's not framed as obviously as the stage framing through the doors, but rather that we could easily imagine those characters being on the theater scene at the same time, going from one area of the room to another and progressing as it was in the movie. We could easily imagine this scene on.
Jakub, give me a time code, please.
It's the very beginning when the lady comes in to the bar and orders a Coca-Cola when she meets Ali. Yeah, I believe it's around 3 minutes or something like that. Well, after the initial. Yeah.
Do you see the shared frame now?
I don't, but I'm on my phone right now, so maybe others do.
Okay, because there's this one day when Ali and Emmy start to dance for the first time in the bar.
I think Jakub means the really beginning, that when she enters the bar.
Yes, but this one works too. I think this one is the extension of this scene, I believe. So yes, that's what I meant.
Check out the lights in this shot. And it's actually quite cool because one of the German women behind the bar says, "Turn off the lights." And up until that point, you have the neon lights illuminating the scene, and she says, "Turn off the lights," and then you have this ridiculous red light that hits the two characters, and you have this nice sort of chiaroscuro light around their heads. So yes, this would have been probably my example too. If you had asked me, give me a good example for theatrical compositions. Anything else? Do we have more examples for artificiality and theatricality in the compositions?
I don't know if it counts, but for me, I really liked it was a kind of a tableau more than it. It's the moment when she told her children about her marriage. So how they sit, and then there was Ali's hand in the foreground of the camera, and they were in the behind. So I really liked that shot. But here, like a previous, I don't know, like when we all of them are sitting there.
Here they are together.
There was a shot like, yeah, or the mom. There was, but for me it felt like they were like sitting here exactly.
Yeah.
I like the composition of this, like this like gives the feeling of what's happening and the reaction, and it stays like 1 second or two. But it gives me the feeling of the tense, and I like the composition.
Okay, and there's one more example maybe from Kumar.
The scene where in the end when Amy invites her friends and they try to look at Ali like a show model or a showpiece, like he has muscles, look at his muscles and everything.
This one?
Yeah, this one. It's also like it's like it's a stage thing or something like away.
Okay. So yes, these are all very good examples. Let me go back to the Word document. Here we go. So maybe this is a good moment to mention the Cirque connection again. You guys see this name on the slide, Douglas Sirk, and it's his film. It's a style that he especially visibly develops in the film All That Heaven Allows. If you're in my melodrama class, we will watch this film, I think in a week or two. But this is an important film.